The mystery box meaning what you think you're getting, than what you're really getting.
Hey everybody, Lindsay here, and this is my review for the Cloverfield Paradox.
3.
Morning, beautiful.
2.
I'm getting sick of only seeing you on a screen.
1. Please, God.
Like most of this country, on Super Bowl Sunday, I was plunked down in front of a TV, shoveling a bunch of food in my face. I'm not the world's biggest football fan, but I do like watching the Super Bowl. And to my surprise, during the game, there was a preview for the next Cloverfield movie. And in the sneak move of the year, they say, hey, you like this movie? Well, guess what? You can watch it right after the game because we're dropping it on Netflix. I really enjoyed the first 2 Cloverfield movies. The first one, just called Cloverfield, was pretty good. The second one, 10 Cloverfield Lane, it's probably my favorite. The acting is phenomenal and I just think it's a really neat story. And the third one, well,
Be on our side.
let's put it this way. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. That's not always fun as in this is a good movie, but fun nonetheless. For those of you that aren't familiar with the concept of this movie, they promote it as this is gonna answer why these things are happening in the Cloverfield universe, or universes. I have to say I thought the acting was great. I had no problem with the acting. The only criticism that I had as far as acting-wise was the woman who plays Jensen, the woman that they find in the wall. I thought she was a little too robotic at times, kind of cold. And through the whole thing, I knew that she was gonna end up turning bad. It was just completely telegraphed throughout the whole movie that she's gonna do something to fuck up this entire situation. Even more than it's already fucked up. But I thought the woman playing Hamilton, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Gugu Mbatha-Raw. I don't know if that's right. I hope it is. But nonetheless, she's an amazing actress. I thought she did very well.
That's hilarious.
David Oyelowo, another one I have a hard time pronouncing. He was pretty good. Daniel Bruhl, who I know from Inglourious Bastards. He did a good job as well. Probably my favorite character was Chris O'Dowd. He was hilarious through the entire thing.
The Earth. It's gone.
It's big, blue, full of angry people. Keep looking, you'll find it.
The scene where he's talking to his own severed arm was just hilarious. And probably my favorite part. It was just completely wacko and had no explanation or context whatsoever, but it was just a great visual of this severed arm in a box, and the owner of that severed arm is speaking to it and asking it questions. It was just a great visual. And that was the thing that I liked about this movie the most. Outside of the story problems where it's convoluted and nothing makes any sense and there's no reasoning for anything, it had some amazing visuals. My favorite was probably when they find the woman inside the wall and she's got like cords and power lines and ductwork going through her body. I thought that was really cool. It was very body horror. And another one of the great images was the severed arm, everything with the severed arm. Another one of the more icky visuals was when the guy's messing around with his eye and then when he vomits up all the worms, and also when they cut him open and pull the gyroscope out. Really, really great icky visuals. While this movie did not start out as a Cloverfield movie, I think it kind of works as a Cloverfield movie because the second one didn't start out as a Cloverfield movie either. They shot extra scenes and tacked those on to make it one. And that's the same thing that happened with this one. They shot extra scenes, the stuff that's shown down on the earth and all the destruction and the monster popping up at the end, that was all added after the fact to connect us to the Cloverfield universe. And for those of you still wondering, okay, what did this spaceship do? How did it cause all the things that are happening in the Cloverfield universes?
Turn that shit on.
Fingers crossed.
Well, what it did is it ripped a hole in the space and time, and it opened a portal to another dimension, and that dimension crossed into different parallel universes and also different times. So that's what gives us the events of the first Cloverfield movie, of 10 Cloverfield Lane, and the Cloverfield Paradox. Now to get to what I didn't like about this film. The biggest thing is nothing makes any sense. What the hell is happening? Things just happen. They don't care to try to explain them or give them any reason whatsoever. Shit just happens, and we're supposed to accept it. Like his arm going through the wall, and all the magnetization going through him later, and why did the worms end up inside him, and also the gyroscope is inside him as well. Why did they decided to pick on this guy so badly, put worms and a gyroscope inside him? I don't know, neither did the filmmakers. There are a lot of times that I laughed while watching this movie, and not because something that was intended to be funny happened, but just because really stupid things happened. And the biggest one of those was right at the end, when they're crashing back down to Earth, and all of a sudden this gigantic Cloverfield monster head pops up above the clouds. Much, much bigger than the monster in the first one, and gives a big roar, and then it cuts to black, and then credits roll. That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. But overall, I can't hate this movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. It's fun to watch. That's all I can say. It's not a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's an enjoyable movie. So if you got Netflix, check it out. If you like the other Cloverfield movies, check it out. It's just a fun watch, so I'd recommend it. All right, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
It's why when people like do sequels or rip off movies, you know, of a genre, they're ripping off the wrong thing. You're not supposed to rip off the shark or the monster. You gotta rip off, you know, if you're gonna rip something off, rip off the character, rip off the stuff that matters. I mean, look inside yourself and figure out what is inside you, because ultimately, you know, the mystery box is all of it.